And he says, only thing, Swamiji, if you would have come long ago in my life, you know, I wouldn't have made this mistake in my life. I lost everything in textile. So the children were very upset. They say, Swamiji, what to do now? And the Swamiji says, don't worry, let us go. So he took the father to a graveyard. And he went to the graveyard, you know, in India, the cremation place, they have been burning so many bodies, one after another, one after another, one after another, so many dead bodies coming, and they're burning, you know, and so much of wood being used, you know, so much burning is going on. And the Swamiji looked at him, he says, look, you idiot. You're talking about textile business laws, you're talking about your money laws. Look at these people have lost their life. They have lost everything here, they have lost life. So it's not your loss of a textile business is not much more greater than they have lost their life. Do you understand what this life is all about? This is where you're going to come. So it's talking about all other losses. Do you understand? Can you see how many bodies they are burning? And he says, Swamiji, I'm able to understand everything. Why did not you come before long time ago in my life? Swamiji says, so? You understood? Says, Swamiji, I went into a wrong business of textile business. If I knew that so many bodies been burned here, I would have come into this business of bringing woods for the cremation business. You know? And the Swamiji told the children, even Krishna comes here, won't be able to change him, take him back. You know? So in this way, somewhere or other people are not able to understand that there has to be some good transformation in their life for the better progress. And that Krishna has given every facility for the human being to get transformed and be happy and peaceful in their life. And this very lifetime, you can go back home, back to God. And we are talking about people are killing different kinds of animals simply for satisfying their own tongue and senses. It's nothing else. They don't even able to understand there are beautiful food products being given for the betterment of the body. But they're not able to understand that the foods have been recommended for the human being will give them a good duration of life. It will give them the purification in their mind. It will give them a good strength in their body. But somewhere or other, people are still engaged into killing animals and eating animals simply because they've been caught up into the modes of material nature. Somewhere or other, they have been so much into the mode of ignorance, they are not able to understand Krishna philosophy. They are not able to give up this meat-eating business. Krishna in the 16th chapter, in the 17th chapter, he clears, he gives us some wonderful information. Aharatva aharatvapi sarvasya trivida bhavanti sraddha. That in the trivida bhavanti priya, people are eating the food according to their priya. That means somebody is in the mode of ignorance, they like certain kind of food. Somebody in the mode of passionate, they like certain kind of food. And somebody in the mode of goodness, they eat certain kind of food. Every trouble and difficulties and miseries of human life is simply because they are situated, they've been controlled by the mode of passionate and ignorance, is nothing else. If the moment they can understand that I'm having so much of trouble in my life, I'm having so much of problems and difficulties and miseries simply because I'm bound to these different, especially the mode of goodness and mode of ignorance and passionate. And the moment if they can uplift themselves, upgrade to the mode of goodness. Beautifully the Bhagavatam explains, Radha tada rajastama bhava kamalobha dayaschaya eter cheta avidvidvam sitam sadvam prasidhyati. The miseries of the living entities is due to mode of ignorance and mode of passion. And the moment they come to hear the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and the moment they associate with the people who are in the mode of goodness, and they become free from the mode of ignorance and mode of passionate, and they are established into the mode of goodness, where their life is always very happy. Why the people in the mode of goodness, they are very happy? Because they are not so much interested into acquiring the knowledge, but they got a lot of interest into accumulating wealth. They wanted to accumulate. If they got one house, they think it's not enough yet, maybe I should be going for second house. Then if they got a little bit more money, what do I do with money? They do not know how to use this money in a proper manner, and they think I should buy another land. Beautifully Krishna explains in the Gita. Aprakaso pravartam cha pramodam moham ivacha. When somebody is seated in the mode of ignorance, is not interested in education, is not interested in the accumulating any wealth, he has become so lazy, take a dole and sit and eat and sleep in the people's artwork. People, they don't want to work anymore. Isn't it? They think better I go on dole. Somewhere or other, they're not interested into the work, they're not interested into, studies, they're not interested in anything, no ambition, no nothing, simply they drink, eat and sleep. They sleep in the wrong time, they wake up in the wrong time, they talk the wrong thing, they do the wrong thing, everything, it becomes so messed up in their life. And they're always in the madness, they're in the dull-headed, So in this way, people are doing different kinds of things in their life, because they are captured by the three modes of material nature. If some of your friends are eating meat, you must know that they are influenced by the mode of ignorance, mode of passion. If some of your friends given up eating all this meat, intoxication and other thing, and they wanted to follow the path of dharma, a real life, and you have to understand they are in the mode of goodness. The best platform for us to transcend the three modes of material nature and go back to Krishna. So in this way, Manu has given 20 principles for dharma. He said it doesn't matter what religion you follow. As soon as you are born as a human being, you got 20 things to follow. If you don't follow this thing, he says you are not considered to be a human being. He said there are 20 principles in dharma. Whether a person going to church, whether a person going to the mosque, whether a person going to anywhere, whether a person not going anywhere but only seated in their own house to see whether he is a good gentleman, whether he is the right human being, you can test him to see how much of this principle he is following in his life. It's not about dress code, it's not about the material education he has gained, it's not about so much wealth he has got, it's not about those things. It's about quality of human being has been given by the Lord himself. So Manu says there are 20 principles for dharma to follow. He said number one is that ahimsa, that one should become free from violence of any sort, become free from the violence in the mind, become free from the violence in the mouth, and become free from violence of the physical body. And the second thing he says, satya, always be honest and truthful, not lying around. And the third thing is asteyam, that don't steal other people's property. It's a general rules has been given for the betterment of the human life. The third thing he says, don't steal others' property. And the fourth he says, Brahmacharya, you must be able to control the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, your ear, your eyes, your nose, your tongue, and then the skin. And the 6th, he says that you got to be tolerant. Somehow you got to be tolerant in your life. Life is not it's a good, safe journey here. It's like the ocean. Sometimes there are big waves in the ocean. Sometimes there are small waves. So always there is a waves in the ocean. So life is always so much of troublesome. So there has to be some tolerance to give and take, to adjust to the situation, hoping that tomorrow will be a better day for us. And because you are following the path of dharma, definitely it will be better for you in time to come. So the 5th principle of dharma, he says sama. The 6th principle of dharma, he said driti. Driti means determination. Even though it is so difficult to follow the path of dharma, Even though it is so difficult, we have to get up, morning, 3 o'clock morning. It's so difficult. It's also so difficult to take a bath in the cold water, especially in the winter time. It's so difficult to participate in the Mangalarti, so difficult to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least 16 rounds minimum. So difficult to keep away from all kinds of unwanted association. It's not easy. But he says, Dhriti, one of the principle of Dharma is determination. Determinedly you go, determined, you will make it without any fail. Don't give up, keep moving. And the seventh principle, he said, Daya, be merciful to yourself and to others. Do something good for your own self. And you let others also have that wonderful opportunity in their life. Let you live and let others also to live. Mercy. And the eighth principle, he says that Midara, whatever you get in your life to eat, please thank the Lord before you eat anything. And the sixth principle, he says that, the ninth principle, he says, Arjavam, be simple in your life, be happy whatever the Lord has given to you. Somebody has got a big house, and somebody got a small house, and somebody got a car, you only got a bicycle, but don't worry, just be happy what has been given to you. That is your quota for this life. Nobody can take away. Isavisamidam sarvam. What is meant for you is meant for you. Nobody can steal anything from you. This is the ninth principle of Dharma. He said the 10th principle of Dharma is Saucham, keep yourself very clean inside and outside. What you keep inside, that's what you must speak out. What you speak out, that should be what is inside. So inside you keep yourself clean by chanting the holy name of the Lord, and outside you keep clean by at least taking 3 times bath in your life. And he says the 11th principle is Hare, you have some self-control in your life. Self-control. And the 12th principle, he says Sandosam, try to be happy all the time. The happiness you are in your life, the more you are happy, the more happiness will come. You only gain what you think in your life. So be happy, and be happy, more happiness will come into your life. He said the 12th principle of Dharma is to be always happy, not to be depressed. You are the follower of Dharma. Only policemen, who scared the policemen? The thieves are scared of the policemen. The good people, they don't scare of policemen. So you follow the path of Dharma, so why you worry? You are a good man. Nobody can do anything to you. And he says the 13th principle of Dharma is that Dhanam, charity. He says that whatever you work hard, whatever money you earn, and out of $6 you earn, $1 is meant for some religious activities. That $1 will purify your other $5 in your life. So he said charity must be given. And he says the 14th principle of Dharma is that Astikyam, you must have great faith in what you are doing. Yeah, I'm coming Mangalarti, I'm reading Prabhupada books, I'm chanting, I'm associating with the devotees. Definitely it will be betterment for your life, for my life, and surely this will be my last life. I'm going back to Godhead. You must have that great faith in what you are doing. And then the 15th principle he says about Dharma is that Siddhanta Sravanam, please take some opportunity in your life and come and sit and hear the discourse on the matter of Dharma. Wherever there are people talking about Bhagavatam Dharma, there are people talking about, the religiosity, please go and sit and hear. Give some opportunity for hearing. Siddhanta Sravanam, he says. The 16th principle of Dharma, he says, is that Isvara Pujanam in your house every day. You do some puja for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he says the 17th principle of Dharma is Mati. Mati means you think few times before you enroll yourself in anything. Just like you want to become a doctor, you want to do your medicine. So think few times, this is what you're going to do. Because after enrolling yourself into medicine, paying all that money, then after 1 year you cannot come and tell your father, I don't like to be a doctor, I want to become a lawyer. All your father's money is gone, finished. Before you get married, think twice, think 3 times. Manu says at least 10 times. Is it okay I should get into that agreement? So that agreement has got all these conditions. It's not about you and yourself and your body, about you. It's about another person coming into your life. Can I go up to that agreement? Can I make it? Can I adjust myself? Can I be committed to them? Can I? So you got to think about that. agreement. If you think, better I remain brahmachari, but never mind, if it is very difficult, I cannot follow. So you go under the spiritual master and try your best to be there. It's not about anything about marriage life or not marriage life. It's about taking your life in a very proper direction so that our purpose of human life can be fulfilled to cross over the cycle of repeated birth and death. So he says, before you do anything in your life, please think for a few times. Don't simply go and enroll yourself in anything. That is the 17th principle. The 18th principle is that the human being, they should be always japa, always chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. The 19th principle of human life is tapa, voluntarily accepting some austerity in our life. Just like we know that Krishna don't like to go to KFC. He doesn't like to go to McDonald's. He doesn't like to go to cinema. He doesn't like people who are smoking and drinking, talking all kinds of useless things. So Krishna don't like that, so I must do. I also don't like to go to KFC. I also don't go to McDonald's. I also don't like to associate with these people simply because Krishna don't like any of these things. Voluntarily accepting some austerity for the progress of your own life. And 20th principle, he says, is that vrata, that you take some vow in your life. Either you have taken brahmachari vow, or grihastha vow, or vanaprastha or sannyas, you've taken, to chant 64 rounds or 34 rounds, 32 rounds, or whether, reading Prabhupada books at least 2 hours a day. Kartik vow is there, that, other Janmashtami, some fasting vows are there. And we got so many different wonderful, vratas are there. He says, human life is meant to follow this 20 principle of dharma. Without dharma, ahara nidrabhaya maitunam cha samanya mitar pasubir naranam dharme itesum avidka viseswa dharmena yina pasubir samanam. Unless dharma coming into life of the human being, otherwise he is still same like animal. The Shastra says the dog is eating, you are eating, the dog is sleeping, we are sleeping, the dog is producing children, we are producing children, the dog don't like to die, we also don't like to die. So what is the difference between the dog and human being? Dharme teso avidka, the dharma. Today we are sitting here, all of us are human being. We have not invited dogs and cats to come and sit because, there is no way that they can understand the subject matter. So the moment human beings are interested into dharma, and they become distinguished, they become different than animals. Otherwise, they still sit on the same platform. So here Prabhupada explains in this purpose that killing is not allowed. Any religion, killing is not allowed. That's what when Ashwatthama been caught by Arjun, and Krishna was insisting Arjun to kill Ashwatthama. He is testing Arjun. Because Ashwatthama, he killed the 5 sons of Draupadi. And Ashwatthama has released the Brahmastra to kill Arjun. Then he's running, Krishna, Mahabhavo, Bhaktanam, Abhayangaram, your devotee, I'm in danger, please help me. Krishna helped him. Then Krishna told Arjun, he bound Ashwatthama, Arjun bound Ashwatthama, he wants to take it to Draupadi, and Krishna told him there are few people can be killed. Even though the Dharma says totally cannot be killed, there is also can be killed. There is normal path of Dharma is there, there is emergency path of Dharma is there. The Manu gives 2 different paths. Normal path is that when you go to toilet, use the water to wash your backside. There is a normal path of Dharma. The emergency path of Dharma is that if there is no water, you use a tissue paper. There is emergency. The normal path is that when we are married, cannot be divorced. But the emergency path is that your marriage life become hellish. There is no opportunity to chant Hare Krishna, no opportunity to progress on the spiritual journey. And you all the time you are fighting like cats and dogs, and there is some danger of even life can be taken in that marriage life. And it says there's an emergency dharma you apply. put your divorce letter and get out from that hellish life. So we are not that fanatic that, only this way, otherwise you go to hell. A Christian says you don't become Christian, you go to hell. The Muslims say you're kafir, you go to hell. But our path is so simple and so beautiful. Krishna makes everything so possible to come closer to Him. So in this way, Krishna says, Mata pramatam anmatam suptam balam sriyam jadam. He says that, Arjun, those people who are careless cannot be killed. And your children, they were careless, they were sleeping, he has killed him. So he has to be punished. He said, those who are careless cannot be killed. Those who are intoxicated cannot be killed. Those who are insane cannot be killed. And those who are in a sleep cannot be killed. And those children cannot be killed. He said, those women cannot be killed. The old people cannot be killed. And he said, Prapanam, those who have surrendered to the Lord, he cannot be killed. And those who have lost their weapon in the battle, standing without a weapon, he cannot be killed. And those who are afraid and running away from the battle, he cannot be killed. He says, cow cannot be killed, Brahmana cannot be killed, children cannot be killed, women cannot be killed. He's saying, these are the people cannot be killed. So now Ashwatthama has gone against Dharma. Just like in the Ramayana, Ravana caught Hanuman and he wants to kill him. And he called all the meeting of all his leaders and they caught, Indrajit has caught Hanuman and said, now Ravana said, kill him, kill him, kill him. And his wonderful brother, who is the devotee of Lord Ram, and he looked back at his brother Ravana. He says, my dear brother, why all the time you're only talking about killing, killing, kill, 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 kill? Do you know there's a scripture's injunction, sastric injunction, that there are people cannot be killed in this world? Those who are coming as a messenger, you cannot be killed. Those who are, foolish, they are like, jadam. Jadam means, like animal. Animal cannot be killed. Do you know that or not? So there also in the scripture, cannot be killed. Please try to see the scripture. Don't simply go on your mental speculation. So in this way, there is also an injunction that it cannot be killed. Unless to protect your life, to protect of the life of the Brahmana, there are certain concession is given for the betterment of the life rather than for simply for your tongue and sense gratification. So in this way, we will continue to see that a lot of important things are going to come in this Bhagavatam. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody got any question, any comments, please?
The reference about 20 principles of
yeah.
Manu. What is the reference? We have to read those things.
What is that?
We have to read those things.
You read in the Manu Dharma. Manu Dharma. No?
Prabhupada has given some?
As Prabhupada has given in the scriptures, that Prabhupada has quoted about Manu in different places, and I'm quoting the whole thing for you. The same thing like we talk about ahimsa. In the 13th chapter, Prabhupada is talking about for a person to get liberated from this world, he must have 20 principles, 20 knowledge in his life. In the 13th chapter it explains 20 knowledge is required for the soul to be liberated from this body. There he says, amanidvam, adambidvam, ahimsam. That means also free from violence. Like that, if you read the Manu Dharma, is the general basic principle for human being to follow. Nobody likes in this world to hurt, if you go and hurt them, beat them, nobody will be happy about this thing. Isn't it? Even the dog, you go and throw a stone, people will be, cursing you. Why is attacking the dog? Innocent animal. Isn't it? So they see the dog as an innocent, but they see the chicken as dangerous. I don't see how the difference in their view. That's what Buddha says, your view, right view, and then right intention must be there, what you see. And right speech and also right conduct must be there. Yeah, Prabhuji.
How long is Ashwatthama cursed to walk the earth?
What is that?
How long is Ashwatthama cursed to walk the earth? Because he could not, death could not come to Ashwatthama. He was cursed to walk the earth. How long was it?
I do not know how long it was. Yeah?
When we talk about costless mercy, say Krishna bestows his costless mercy, so who is the recipient of costless mercy?
The devotees are the recipients of the costless mercy.
But who actually gets it?
Well, those who are humble and meek, they get it. Those who are arrogant, they will never get it. So you got to be humble and meek. That's what Mahaprabhu is saying. Trinatapi sunichena tarorapi saisnuna hamanena manadena kirtanaya. Constantly to have Krishna consciousness in your life, you got to be very humble, you got to be very tolerant, you got to respect others and don't expect any respect for yourself. So if you are meek and humble, you become the recipient of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming for those who are very, very low. And if you think you're very high, and you have to go to maybe another organization to try it. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.